So it will be about data API. It's actually a work that I developed last year when I was working at the OECD. And I thought I'm not going to talk about this until 1 year after to see if the APIs are stable and if the functions actually still work 1 year after. And I only had to fix one of them. So I would say, okay, now it's ready for presenting. And these are the kind of providers I'm going to talk about. We have the Netherlands, we have the UK, we have Germany, we have the US, we have Austria, we have Canada, we have Sweden, we have Denmark, Norway, and Finland. And these are just examples, but there are some important countries in there. And all of them tend to develop their own thing and not go with national standard, with international standard. So I put all the tables that I could collect from these providers and also from international standard in a Git book that is now 1,000 pages. So you can see which tables are available from international providers for those of you who want to use official statistics. And there I made a vignette that you can see in the background is with the package. So we're going to start with the Netherlands. And we see a great talk from Statistics Netherlands before. They have a great API. They use open data standard. They have 3,000 datasets in Dutch. For all the Dutch speakers, it's great. For the English speakers, they only have 700, so they can catch up on that a bit. And there's like the list of tables, and you can see online the functions. Now we move to the UK. That API is a bit kind of just cross-section from census, a lot of data sets. I'm not going to show you the functions or code or anything. You can look all that up later. What else? Okay, you need to register for that API. And it's, for the moment, a bit basic. Germany, they have a lot of data sets, and they make you pay for it. I'm actually here to criticize. I'm German, and I don't like that they sell the access to this. You were too fast, go back. But it's a good data service, it's expensive for the moment, so I'm trying to convince them to stop that paywall. The US is for free, you have to register. It's a good format, but you only get 2 decimals, and otherwise they provide data with 4 decimals, so the precision is different. And they had added another column, so now there's 2 columns for years. Not yet 5, but 2. And so that was what I had to fix. Next one, yes. Austria is a bit small, but I think they are like preparing and just testing what works, what doesn't. It's maybe not the fanciest one, but Matthias Tempel, who's also a known developer, he mentioned, I can make some advertisement for this because in my trainings I always just like download the CSV, so your package works. Kenzim is a bit a funny one. I think I want to present it here because it's a bit messy. So there's a SOAP provider, SOAP API. You have to send envelope and curl, get request, and so it's a bit of Duncan Tempelang things that you want to buy his book and study this. Well, it's still changing. You cannot read the list of tables. Okay, now I have some time. All the Scandinavian countries, they're pretty impressive. They have developed one standard. There's a package by ROpenGov that is able to read data from Denmark. And the API is pretty similar for Sweden and Finland and Norway. But there's again another package. So they have the PX web package and not the DK stub package. And then Statistics Norway can be included in this PX web package by just declaring another provider. They haven't yet accepted my pull request. But here we have again a lot of data sets, and it's a very good API, but we need to submit a REST request. So Statistics Norway is my favorite. They have 5,000 data sets that they have in the API. So a data set can be any size, and it shifts pretty well through the API using this PX web standard and package. And then it chunks the number of return values depending on how much the API provider can allow in the limit. Finland is combined again with Statistics Sweden in the PX web package. And again, around 1,000 data sets, so it's pretty useful. It depends if you work with the national statistics from these countries, and Eurostat does not have the information that you want. Last but not least, I developed a Shiny app. You can kind of see all these providers. Unfortunately, the resolution is not good enough, so they're on the left, and it's also in the package in a separate repository. I have some more Git books and material online, and there's a chat group where, like, if you want to have your national statistics provider included, to say there's an API, and of course the best is that it's kind of translating all the return data format to an XTS data standard in R, so that we can plot the time series graph. And this one is the international standard, the ESTX. I was hoping that Gergely deletes the last slide because these are Java functions and I'd love to talk about
Time
that.
off, so thank you very much.